Hello, welcome to this update for the Western Pacific. We have this system in the Western Pacific. It's still officially Invest 96W, but some already class it as a tropical storm. So let's see what new information we have. So we still have kind of the same track towards like southern China, and eventually the remnants might reach more parts of Southeast Asia. So this is the model track guidance. There's the GFS in red. It goes towards Hainan, southern China. And there's the Navgen goes kind of towards Hainan, passes close to Hong Kong, and then into Vietnam. And the European makes landfall in China and goes all the way to Southeast Asia, the remnants. And there's the Canadian as well, making landfall similar to where the European is making landfall. So let's see here. The satellite imagery is very impressive already. It's not like a full-fledged tropical system yet, but that there's a lot of convection, some very high towers of convection near the northern Philippines. So it's already trying to organize faster. There's the Canadian ensembles, mostly all of them make landfall around Hong Kong and or areas further south. And there's the GFS as well, shows like kind of the same guidance. Many of the GFS are going further south towards Hainan, but like if you can see this black line, it passes just south of Hong Kong in the ocean, and makes landfall further south in China. So we're monitoring this very closely. There's like some models here shows the Western Pacific. There's first the GFS. Let's see if I can get the Western Pacific right here. So it shows there right north to the northeast of the Philippines. This goes. It does show like the GFS strengthens this to 979 in the South China Sea, and then it goes, and the GFS does turn this into a typhoon. Passes like right by Hong Kong and further into Hainan, and it's still a tropical storm by the time it gets to Vietnam. And 975 is more like a typhoon strength. So the GFS keeps this a typhoon strength until Vietnam. So this goes and it tries to form two other systems later, one to the east of Guam and another broad one towards China by next Wednesday. So we might have more stuff coming after. There's the European model shows like this goes to the South China Sea, and I think they will already put this as a tropical storm in the next day or so. So it's almost a tropical storm status. So it goes there and like makes landfall in China, just north of Hong Kong or right near it. So it goes and kind of it makes its way through southern China until Vietnam. By the time it gets to Vietnam, on the Europeans weaker, like tropical depression, right? But still tons of rainfall. So better watch this. There's like later by the 23rd, the European does try to form another broad system, the same place as the GFS around the southern islands of Japan by the 23rd and 25th. It spins there a while and doesn't do much. But if this system remains there for all that time, it might dump a lot of rain. So better watch that as well. But it's still far out. So there's like the icon shows here the 0 Z. It shows it already there, and the icon is initializing this slightly stronger than it actually is, but it goes and makes landfall around Hong Kong and goes until Vietnam. So, and the icon has also a typhoon, just like the GFS. So both of these models are showing like some typhoon strength. Better watch closely. There's the Canadian, this goes and like, and it's very weak on the Canadian. It goes just like as a tropical storm towards China around Hong Kong. So better watch this anyways. But if this happens, like the Canadian, it would still bring some flooding and impact as well. But I think it will be stronger than this because most other models are stronger. And then right after that, it forms another system, just like the other models, and it goes north towards the southern islands of Japan. So please be aware, there's the Neptune turns this into a tropical storm in the South China Sea and scrapes southern China towards Vietnam. So please monitor this very close, especially if you are in Hong Kong and not areas. Then after that, the Neptune forms another system, and this like 963, it already has a big typhoon by the 25th, but I think the Neptune is exaggerating a little bit, but we'll keep watching. So there's some hurricane models for this invest as well. So here's the HWARF model. It does go south of Taiwan into the South China Sea, and it goes kind of not so organized, but it goes like 976 on the HWARF, so that will be a category 1 typhoon. It goes there and like it goes into China and dissipates there, but might the rainfall might make it into Vietnam as well. So please be careful. There's the HEFS A model as well. Shows like if it works here because it's working so slow here. So it's in the northern Philippines now. It goes and like it does strengthen slightly more to 981 on the half say, but it's not strengthening much. It passes close to Taiwan and this kind of weakens it a little bit. So these hurricane models are not showing too much on this system. Just the icon and the GFS were kind of stronger. So but we'll keep watching because even if this is just like a tropical storm, it will already cause impacts across China. So be aware. And here shows like this is the European model, not European. This like Jap the Japanese model GMA forecast for this season. They kind of have a forecast track passing through the southern, that small peninsula, southern China into Vietnam, and it makes landfall in southern China there. So better watch this close because it passed like a few miles from Hong Kong, so this might cause flooding there. So please be careful. And now the UK model forecast passes this slightly further from the coast, but still kind of close to Hong Kong. So, and then Papa makes landfall around that area in southern China, close to Hainan, and then into Vietnam. So please make preparations in those areas, even if this is just a low-end tropical storm, please prepare. So here shows like this is a very big, broad system. There's torrential rain in the northern Philippines, and this is going as far south as Indonesia. The rain with this, because there's like the monsoon and the storm at the same time. So please be careful in those areas. Like right now, be careful with flooding in the Philippines and make preparations if you are in Hong Kong or south, like so from Hong Kong to Vietnam, please make sure you are ready for this. And there's like in the Philippines now, shows some flood advisories. There's some extreme flood advisories in some areas, some severe flood advisories, and other areas some moderate flood advisories. So please be careful, especially those extreme flood advisories. So and some like tropical storm warnings, northern Philippines. So stay safe. Please be careful. They already have this as a tropical storm. So officially it's still an invest, but like they already have like tropical storm strength. So they do have it as a severe tropical storm near southern China. So now it's a storm. It strengthens more into a severe tropical storm into southern China, according to them. So please, please stay safe. be careful in those areas, especially here, like shows the rainfall accumulation just in the next 12 hours. It already shows to 130 millimeters in some areas, 122, and I think it might be even higher than this. If you were to put a high resolution model here, it probably would show upwards of 200 in some areas. So please stay safe. And now, next 1 day and 12 hours, it shows to 174, 137, more parts of the western Philippines, alright, more than 100. So please stay safe. In 5 days, already shows to 200 spots to the western Philippines to 3 to 400. So please stay safe, especially like it even has like slightly close to 500, a few spots of 480, even like 498 in a few spots there. So please stay safe on this west coast of the Philippines. And this in the middle of the ocean here is our next system coming by the middle of next week. So please be monitoring. There's in Taiwan, shows like 200 meters, 225, spots to 271. So please stay safe. 171, like to 195. Hong Kong is showing to 178 meters from this storm. But if it passes right over, it might be higher. Or if it goes just further south, it might be like this. So please be monitoring those areas. And even like even if less than 100 millimeter falls, it might already cause flooding in those metropolitan areas. So imagine like 179. So please stay safe, especially like most of Hong Kong, close to 180 millimeters. So be careful with flash flooding and urban flooding in more areas around Macau, Hong Kong, and more spots. So please stay safe. In King's Hole, these spots southernmost China might get drenched as well, northern Vietnam as well, because depending on what happens, this might or make a direct landfall into northern Vietnam or just pass as a remnant there. And either way, it might cause flooding. So the Europeans showing 300 millimeters already, northern Vietnam, so be careful across Laos, like some 200 millimeters across central northern Laos into Thailand, upwards of 300 across Thailand already, 200 and more, and this coast of southern Myanmar, more than 300 because of the monsoon. So please stay safe in those areas. Shows in India, even these spots of central to southeastern India to like 200 millimeters, spots of the west coast, more than 200, especially the Lake Islands and the southern coast. So please stay safe across western India. The models are showing this spot in northern India to 500 millimeters on the European model, into northern Pakistan and like central northern India. This might cause some serious landslides there. Please be careful. The icon is like close to 400 as well, right near the Himalayas, from Nepal to Pakistan. So please stay safe in those areas. The GFS is much less, but already has some close to 90 meters. So please be careful. Those areas shows across Bhutan, northeastern India, more spots in Bangladesh, so some heavy rain, and most of Myanmar, especially northern and southern Myanmar. So please stay safe during the next 5 days and until August shows like way more those areas until August. But this is too far. Don't worry that far out. But just the next 5 days, you already have enough to deal with. So please stay safe in those areas. More spots central, southern China, around Wenzhou as well. More spots in eastern China, and still North Korea and northern China. Those fronts, some heavy rain. So just stay safe in those areas. Please be careful. And now, be careful with the flooding. northern Philippines, but once this heads towards China, be careful with some storm surge possible and, and damage winds. Those storms associated with the system already have some damage winds in the northern Philippines, but as they strengthens in the South China Sea, it will bring some more dangerous wind gusts to southern China. So please be careful, some minor storm surge, damage winds once this gets towards southern China. It's still an invest here, so we still don't have an official track from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, but like tomorrow and later, they will already have this as a tropical storm. So tomorrow is Saturday. Our next video might come Sunday or tomorrow night, so stay tuned. So please be careful. This is the Canadian model for the rainfall. It does have this area in the Western Pacific for our next system. And it does have the accumulation across the northern Philippines, like those yellows almost into purples. That's like it still has upwards of 700 millimeters a few spots, because if you see like purple, that's almost 1000 purple. So please be careful that they have like some 800 millimeters, a few spots there, and along the western Philippines to 500. And I don't think it'll be this much because this model can exaggerate, but with this system right over you, more than 500 in these areas, northern Luzon, is possible. So please stay safe with flooding. Stay safe from landslides and don't drive through floods. Do everything you can to stay safe. This is like next 6 days or something. Let's go back a little bit to Tuesday, and it shows still a similar thing, close to 500 or even more. In those areas, it shows across Laos and to Vietnam, some 2 to 300, and southern China around Hong Kong, even like 300 on the Canadian, and like upwards of 500 in Hainan. So please stay safe in those areas and watch out for flooding and landslides. So please stay safe. And here shows like in the rest of Asia, it's like I said yesterday, there's those fronts in Russia, is still with 100 millimeters or more possible, Central Russia, so still be careful in those areas across spots of northern China into southeastern Russia. Stay safe. And in Kazakhstan, the Middle East is very dry because of the heat waves, but some are across the Himalayas, some are snow, like they do have here, especially in Tibet, a few spots in the Tian Shan Mountains, but especially in the Himalayas, more than 25 centimeters, 19, 7 centimeters in more spots, even a few spots Russia. So this might bring some snow to Russia as well. So be careful in those areas too, and spots in southern Russia in the highest elevations. So stay safe and remember that there's still this heat wave in the Middle East. So please be careful. So 46 degrees, so 45 to 46, 44 degrees. So please stay safe in those areas. This goes Friday, Saturday, still very hot, but especially Sunday shows like in southern Iraq, those areas, some 46 degrees on the hottest time of the day. That showed to 47, close to 49 Western Iran. So please stay safe along the Persian Gulf, two spots of southern Saudi Arabia, more than 47 degrees. In Afghanistan, also 47. Southern Afghanistan, Uzbekistan to 45. Kazakhstan, spots of China. So please stay safe in Oman, any those areas. So stay safe. Sunday into Monday, still shows there, but this is so slow, this internet, sorry. Here, so show like during the night slightly better, but still like 36 degrees during the night is very dangerous for your health. So please stay safe and show like Monday afternoon, still to 46, 47 degrees, even to 48 in a few spots. So please stay safe this heat wave, United Arab Emirates and to Saudi Arabia too, and be careful. There's this area across central Russia, those below average temperatures because of that trough and some snow, but southwestern Russia is still hot, and like spots in central eastern Russia too. But southern Mongolia is even to 38 degrees next Monday afternoon, so please be careful. China, some higher temperature as well. And tomorrow, Saturday, it still shows milder in Siberia, slightly colder central northern Russia, and like in Uzbekistan, it's like 45 degrees across southwestern Russia, hot as well, and most of India fairly hot, and eastern China, a few spots there, like 38 degrees. So stay safe in those areas. Some 32 in Beijing. So please be careful and stay safe, especially this storm coming. This might cause some serious impacts. So make preparations and like grab everything you need and stay in a safe place across China and Taiwan and the Philippines. It's already happening in the Philippines, but in China you still have time to prepare. And you have a lot of scattered storms happening right now as well. So stay safe in those areas. There's this monsoon depression that went into India. Still those heavy rains, like I showed you. So please stay safe and be careful.